everybody, happy Friday, and thanks for joining me on Fridays with Flora. And today we're going to be working in the garden because it's spring, and we're going to make some stepping stones from scratch using cement and mosaics. So get your broken plates out, get all your mosaic tools out, and get your arm muscles going because we're going to be working with cement. So come join me in the yard. The first thing you need is kind of a form, and these are rather large. They're actually drain pans that I got at the dollar store, so $1 a piece. Can't beat that, right?
No.
So because I wanted them to be larger, but you can also use cake pans, springform pans at the dollar store. You can actually do square stepping stones if you want. So just find something that you don't really care that much about if you're going to get cement in it, because we're going to be putting cement in these. The other thing you're going to need, you can see here, I've got a lot of broken plates. And I also have, Jackie's going to do Vanna, mosaic pieces.
Would you like to buy a vowel?
And then we've got actual real mosaics and buttons and things like that. So your stepping stones are going to be out in weather, so you have to make sure whatever you're going to use can be weather resistant. So definitely ceramic, plastic, nothing wood, nothing porous. The other thing we need is some contact paper. And this is clear contact paper that I got over at Walmart. So we're going to actually cut, as if almost we're baking a cake with parchment paper. We're going to cut a piece of contact paper that's going to fit on the bottom of our pan. So once your contact paper is cut, peel it off, and you're going to do the sticky side up. You're going to stick the mosaics right on top of here, upside down. And the great thing about clear is, when you pull it up, you can actually see the design and see how you're doing, because you're working upside down. So if you want to take a look at like what actually you're doing, you can do that. So we did sort of a sticky test on this paper, and for whatever reason, this paper's not that sticky.
It's great. That's sarcasm.
So I would suggest that unless your contact paper is really, really sticky, don't pull up your design to check on it, because you're going to ruin it. So you do have to have a little bit of a vision to understand what you're doing as you're working upside down. But they are stepping stones, so you know, you don't have to have a Picasso here. Just something
like
nice.
Me.
Well, this is looking lovely, Jackie. Just do something interesting and fun. So the other thing we're noticing is, you know, when you cut up plates, there's a little bit of a curvature, see? And so when you put it down on your contact paper, the amount of surface area that's getting stuck is very little. So it's best to try to find a split with flat pieces, especially if you've got contact paper that you can pull up, you know, and it's going to stick. You're going to have better luck having the pieces stick to your contact paper if it's flat. Okay, we've been busy putting our pieces in, so we have 3 stepping stones ready for cement. So what we're going to need is some hardware cloth like this, cut so that it just kind of sits in there in the middle of our cement.
It can be unruly, apparently.
Yes, I just unwound it and it bounced at me. So I've got some wire nippers. I'm just going to cut a little square. Cut the hardware cloth so that it could just sit in here. So cut it to size that you need. And I cut little corners off so that it can just sit nicely. So what you're going to do is you're going to put cement in, place this on top, and then put more cement on top. This acts as a strengthener, almost like rebar in normal cement applications. You want to do this because it strengthens the stepping stone, especially in really bad temperatures, like in the Midwest, the winters that we get here. So they won't crack and it'll stay strong. All right, we have our hardware cloth cut. The next thing we need to do is we need to kind of grease up, that sounds kind of gross, but the sides. And I'm gonna use just good old-fashioned Vaseline. And carefully, like not what I'm doing, because now my gloves are, we're gonna have to fix that. I almost swore. But grease the sides of your, thank you. I'm not sure if that's how you have it, but I'll fix it in a sec. But because you want to be able to get these out. You want me to hold the, no, I don't want to. Yeah, if things move, just, you know, re-put everything in. This is why if you can get contact paper that's stickier than what we end up getting, it's better. Because it actually keeps the pieces down. This contact paper is not so sticky, so thanks, Walmart. So, grease the sides. All right, we were mixing concrete. This is Quickcrete in a bag, 60-pound bag. We took half, and so half a bag was 30 pounds, which meant a 1/4 gallon of water. We're finding actually it's very thick, so we're gonna put a little bit more water and
I'm not gonna
mixing.
put a lot. I'm just gonna put, because it did say to add it in
Sparingly.
Yeah, so I'll hold this while you.
So we added a touch more water, and what we want, I mean, it's like thick cookie batter. All right, let's go fill a stone. All right, with the cement, I'm going to not take it all over the place. I'm going to gently put a first layer so you're not moving around those pieces, because again, that contact paper didn't really work out that well for us, but all right, so I put a thin layer, thin like what, a 1/2 inch of cement on top very carefully, and I just gave it a couple shakes just to even it out. And now we put our hardware cloth down. All right, we put that second layer on. Gave it a good shake, and I also flattened stuff so that it's nice and flat. So we're gonna let this sit for 2 days.
2 days.
2 days.
Makes me sad.
And then we'll pop them out, see what we got. So it's been a little bit, it's been about a day, would you say? Mm-hmm. It's been about a day. And
We're anxious.
we're anxious, and I think that, I don't know, we should, they seem very hard and set. Now they're not cured. Quickcrete takes about 4 days to cure completely. So we're gonna take these out, but not really put them in the ground or have anybody do anything with them. But there we are.
Aww.
So they still need to cure, and you can also seal it. Put a sealant on it, put a gloss sealant on it. They turned out really nice.
They did. We should take them all out.
And just let them sit and cure. And I've also read that even if you do a spraying of water every day, it helps to actually harden up the cement. Let's see how my sister's doing a little bit of sanding. So when we popped these out, which they look great, right? But some of the cement was mixed a little inconsistently. As you can see, one is more rocky, one is a little bit more like cement. This one, that was more cementy, also had smaller, flatter pieces and got a little buried in the cement. So what we're doing right now is we've got a kind of a rough grit sanding block. I'm gonna get out of the sun. And we're just sanding away some of the cement because, you know, it's been a day, the cement is still somewhat soft, so you can unearth some of your pieces gently. We've also used a dish brush, and we've also used a Phillips head screwdriver just to kind of dig out some of our pieces. But only do this delicately. You don't want to get to a point where you're weakening the stepping stones so that pieces get loose.
Yeah, I don't even feel like I have anything to show them because I feel like I've already dug out.
Yeah, this was pretty like buried, and now you can see some of the pieces that my sister put in. This, where the cement was thicker and rockier, the pieces lay really nice and they just popped out and everything's perfect. Definitely want to do some sealant on it though, because there's some deep crevices, and I just want to make sure it's gonna, you know, survive the winters. And then this one turned out really nice. It still was a little bit uncovered on the edges there. So yeah, I sanded this away, and now you can see more of it. So all in all, I think the key here is to make sure your cement is the right consistency. We used just a simple bag of Quikrete. As I continue making more stepping stones, I might explore some different cement options. And just making sure that your pieces are big enough.
Yeah.
And when you shake the mold, make sure that you're not shaking it so much that some of the cement goes under your pieces. But if so, you know, we're sanding away. We just have a little elbow grease and, you know, they're looking nice. So there we are, stepping stones. Thanks for joining us today on Fridays with Flora. Bye!